Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So today I wanted to put into perspective a little bit um, variances. All right, variances. Now we talked about John Titter, and if anyone believes his uh, story, he expected 1 to 2% variances in whatever realities he was going in, and I guess. How do you figure out how varied the reality is? If you got these hybrid realities, which are, you know, quantum computing and then you shifting on top of it, and if somebody's quantum traveling, and bleeding information, well, what's the actual percentage of the variances by now? Now, here's the thing, guys. These things come in waves, and these waves, and you catch certain effects. But what percentage is that really? Do we know? I don't know how to scale it down, but I do know how to pick out a couple of things and show you guys that don't know already how small these variances are right now. All right. Now what I've gone ahead and done here is I went, and I'll provide the links, and you guys can go look and count for yourself if you want. But anyway, what I went ahead and did here was I took two well-known songs with Mandela effects on them. All right. I've taken Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. And I've taken Smooth Criminal, which, what an undertaking that ended up being. But I took Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. Now, I'm only counting lyrics, words in the song, okay? We're not counting song title. We're not counting band name. We're not counting if somebody was trained to catch guitar, notes or drum, you know, uh, variances. I'm not. But I am capable of the lyrics, and these are known effects, all right? So what we're going to do, I've taken Don't Stop Believing, and I counted the words in the song, and I got 205 words. Now, I could be off by a few words, but let's say 205. I think I'm right. So, and we know that he took the midnight train, uh, changed from, she took the midnight train, changed to he took the midnight train. That's one. And then just right after that, most of us could probably agree that South Detroit does not sound the same as South Detroit, and we know that that's different because it used to say South Detroit. So I'm going to go ahead and say that there are two Mandela effects on the lyrics of that song. All right, that seems pretty huge to us. All right? Those are pretty big. They're pretty big words in the song, and he took the midnight train twice, and South Detroit became a place that doesn't even exist as far as I know, as far as my fiance knows too. So, in order to figure out what percentage of those lyrics actually changed, what we have to do, and I've done this by the way, is you got to take 2 equals X percent of 205, and that's times 205. So what you had to go ahead and do was divide 2 by 205, and you wound up with point, and you had to remove 2 decimal places off of it to get your percent, but you ended up with 0.975 something or other percent, which I went ahead and rounded up to 0.98% to give it a little bit. So uh, that song changed by only 0.98%. That is less than 1% of that song changed. For as big as that seems, that's less than 1% of the words of the song. All right. Now, Annie, are you okay? Or Smooth Criminal was a little bit bigger. Now, this was a bit of an undertaking because I counted 526 words in that song. And by the way, I'm counting lyrics in the song, the words. These are the potential words that could change in a song. Right. And what did change that we caught so far were those 2 lyrics. So I did this again on Smooth Criminal, and I found that they replaced that was 526 words, and hit by I counted twice, as hit by, although it says struck by still in the lyrics once. I still think it says hit by in the song, unless that changed. I don't know, but I'm going with 2 because I can only find 2 places where that would have changed in the song. So we're going to go 2. And even at 3, but we're going to say 2 because that's all I could find. If somebody can correct me, I can redo the math on another video. But it's the same deal. 2 is X percent of 526, and you had to divide 2 by 526, and you ended up coming out with 0.00375, dup. Move the decimal places, 0.38, rounded up, percent. So that's only 0.38%. That's not even 1%, guys. That's a fraction of a percent. That's a decimal of a percent. That's almost nothing now. We catch it. We catch it. I catch it. You guys catch it. Most of us catch it that are watching these things. We can see it. But it's a very small percent. And I guess my point is, what would happen and what's going to happen? How big of a percent would have to change in order for things to become more unrecognizable as things that we would recognize? I mean, we still recognize these songs. They're less than a percent different so far. So far. And my Guns N' Roses catches, they're probably even less than that because, there's like a word a song. The Billions. Billions. One word. Hey, you're probably talking, and it's a longer song, so you're probably talking 0.00002 something or other. You might even be talking about a 0.00% to something. I don't know because I didn't do that song because I wanted to stick to the songs that were a little more known. But I don't know, guys. That's how small these variances are so far. I mean, that's just a couple of songs. I mean, of course, you got movies and all the other things. I mean, I'm sure there's an equation that we could find out the approximate variances, but then where did you start? Is there a start? I don't know if there's a start, but I wanted to throw this out there, guys. These variances aren't very big so far. But be aware that as these waves come, I mean, if you added up these percents, I mean, I'm sure you're getting somewhere with, if you added the equation, and I don't, but you're along the order of less than a percent, we notice a change in a song. All right, what if you got to 5%? What if you got to 10% variance? 20% variance? You guys, I mean, things could change that you wouldn't even recognize stuff anymore, even at 20%. I mean, something might be gone. And as these things come in waves, I mean, the percentages are building. I don't think it's a very high percent yet. And we certainly haven't caught all the changes, but be aware, guys. I mean, the percentages are going to build up and things are going to vary more. I mean, you're talking land mass has changed. How do you calculate a percent on that? Especially with no frame of reference besides some old map residue somebody might find somewhere. So there's all sorts of factors in there, but I did 2 songs, guys. I did. All right, just to recap. Don't Stop Believing, the words in that changed 0.98%. And the words of Smooth Criminal, unless I miscounted hit by for some reason, and even if I did, you're still going to be under a percent, at 0.38%. All right. So these are pretty big songs. These are pretty big, word changes, and yet, by the numbers, these changes are very, very minute. And that could be another reason other people blow it off or don't catch it, because when you're talking about numbers this small, what can I say? The numbers are small. But that's it, guys. I'm going to let this video go at that. I wanted to talk a little bit about variances. I wanted to show kind of what you're dealing with as far as these variances go, even for as big of a thing as they seem to be. They are big, but they're quite small variances so far. All right. I wanted to make people aware of that. I wanted to put that put some numbers to that. I'm going to provide the links to the lyrics. You can check it out yourself. Um, of course, again, I did this math myself. I double checked it on a thing online. I could show you where I double checked my numbers to make sure I was correct before I did my video too. So, um, but I mean, anybody could do this math, so I might save that. But anyway, guys, for now, that's going to be it. Again, thanks for all you guys' thumbs up and your thumbs down and all your comments and feedback and your subscriptions. We always appreciate those. And I hope I didn't leave anything out, guys. And I hope this helps somebody realize what's going on with these variances. And for now, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and stay cool.